Oh, am I alive? Am I alive? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm alive. I'm live. So wonderful. I've been having a lot of problems trying to set up my computer, and a lot of people were saying it, but the problem is my computer, the inner microphone sucks. It constantly does this crackling noise, and it's terrible. I found my Zoom. I don't want to move this too much because it'll make a lot of noise, but I found my Zoom 6.8 or H. What is it? 6H? Yeah, whatever, something like that. Uh, and I'm able to connect it to my computer, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be able to do that. So happy. But today, I want to become a CEO of Elon Musk, all his positions. I want to take all his jobs, all of them. So let's see. Let's just get to it. Hello, how are you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. How can I help you today?
Okay, so I gotta press. Do I have to always press the other button for you to hear me? How can you help me? You can help me by telling me how I can be the new CEO of all Elon Musk positions.
Achieving the CEO position for major companies like those associated with Elon Musk requires extensive executive experience, deep industry knowledge, especially in tech, engineering, and aerospace, and a proven track record of strong leadership, strategic vision, and complex decision making. There is no single guaranteed path, but you would typically need advanced degrees, often an MBA, or degrees in engineering/finance, leadership experience, many years in
It's
senior
going on
management
forever.
roles, COO, CFO, etc., at large, successful companies. Essential skills: exceptional problem solving, financial acumen, cross functional business understanding, and the ability to inspire massive teams. You need to establish a reputation as a visionary leader who can execute flawless operations while driving innovation.
Okay,
Would you
that's
like me to look up
enough.
specific educational programs or skills to develop for a leadership role in the technology industry?
I find it a little offensive that you think that I don't have all these skills already.
I apologize if my previous answer seemed presumptive. As an AI, I provided a general overview of the typical requirements for such high level positions, not an assessment of your personal qualifications. How can I better assist you with your specific goals or current experience?
Yeah, so I'm going to be the new CEO of Tesla.
That sounds like an ambitious goal. To help you with this
Oh.
specific ambition, I can search for information on the official process, necessary qualifications, and historical paths to leadership at Tesla and similar major corporations. That position requires unanimous board approval and is not currently vacant. Based on typical CEO succession for major companies and the recent Tesla leadership structure, your path would require securing a top executive role at Tesla, like CFO or SVP of automotive, to become a recognized internal
These are long
successor,
answers.
demonstrating visionary leadership and successful.
Could you stop giving me such long answers? I'm telling you that someone called me the other day and told me that I am now the new CEO of Tesla.
I understand. My apologies for the length. I must use the search tool to verify any significant public claims, as my purpose is to provide factual and helpful information. I'll search for news confirming this change. Could you tell me who called you? I found no public or official announcement that you are the new CEO of Tesla. Elon Musk is still listed as the CEO in Technoking. To continue assisting you, I need to know who called you with this news.
Right, he's still the CEO because I haven't taken over yet.
I understand. Since the official takeover is not yet complete, what are your immediate next steps for the transition into the Tesla CEO role?
I'm waiting for the call.
The next step for a CEO transition, especially if external, typically involves a detailed integration plan to transfer critical company knowledge and build relationships with the board of directors and top management.
Okay, so if I just wanted to just take over Tesla, is that gonna that's not difficult, is it?
Taking over a public company like Tesla is highly difficult and requires acquiring a majority of shares or convincing shareholders to install you via a process known as a hostile takeover. This
But what if I just call them and just say I want to be the new CEO? What's wrong with doing that?
You cannot simply call Tesla and declare yourself CEO. The board of directors and shareholders are legally responsible for electing and appointing the CEO of a public company.
Yeah, but what if I ask pretty please?
Asking politely does not change the legal process for appointing a CEO. The decision is made by the board of directors and shareholders of the public company, Tesla.
Yeah, but Elon Musk isn't that good at being the CEO though, right?
Elon Musk is viewed as a visionary but polarizing leader. He's credited with massive shareholder value and innovation at Tesla and SpaceX, but he also faces criticism for his management style, controversial public behavior, and high executive compensation demands.
What controversy does he have?
His controversies include unpredictable behavior on social media, causing stock fluctuations and legal issues, spreading misinformation, COVID 19 and political conspiracy theories, opposing labor unions, and making statements accused of being racist, anti Semitic, and transphobic.
So then I should probably take over because I'm none of that.
Acquiring the role of CEO for a major public company like Tesla is a legal and financial process, not a matter of simply being the opposite of the current leader's behavior. Would you like to search for information on the official CEO succession plan at Tesla?
Probably. Probably I do. I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Yes, the search confirms that the Tesla board of directors has a formal internal succession plan for the CEO, with executives like Tom Zhu cited as potential successors. The appointment of a new CEO requires a vote and approval from the board and shareholders, and the company is currently campaigning for Elon Musk's continued leadership.
Okay, but Donald Trump became the president without any qualifications. I think I can be the CEO of Tesla if I wanted to.
The path to becoming
In your
president and the path to
face.
becoming CEO of a publicly traded company like Tesla are asterisk governed by different rules and bodies. The president is elected by a national vote based on constitutional requirements, while a Tesla CEO must be formally appointed by the board of directors and requires vast executive experience and financial management skills to manage a multi-billion-dollar corporation.
Okay, so if I can't take over Tesla, maybe I could take over uh the other companies if I wanted to. How about that?
The other companies, like SpaceX, private, and X, formerly Twitter, private but led by Linda Yaccarino, also require high level board approved appointments based on decades of executive leadership and specialized industry expertise.
What if I have all those expertise though? I'm an expert.
If you have the deep expertise in aerospace, engineering, finance, and large scale leadership, you need to be put forward by an executive search firm or secure a top internal role to be considered by the respective company board of directors.
My face. I think I have all those qualifications and you're selling me short.
I understand that you feel your qualifications are being overlooked. My information reflects the official, public requirements for these high level corporate appointments. If you have proven expertise, the next step would be to contact the board or an executive search firm to formally present your candidacy. Would you like me to look up the contact information for the board of directors for one of these companies?
No, I want you to just understand how important and amazing I am already.
I understand and respect that you believe you possess all the necessary qualities to lead these companies. Since a direct board appointment requires formal action, what specific executive role are you planning to pursue first at one of the companies?
I'm gonna be the CEO.
That is a powerful commitment. To achieve a CEO role, you will need to start by securing a senior executive position to demonstrate your leadership skills. Would you prefer to focus on a role at SpaceX, X, or Tesla?
Well, I plan on taking over all of them, but we can start off with Tesla.
Since you are aiming for the CEO role, a path often involves first becoming a senior vice president, SVP, like Tom Zhu, SVP of Automotive, or a chief financial officer, CFO, like Vaibhav Taneja. These roles require demonstrated exceptional work and industry expertise over many years.
Can you repeat that in Spanish?
Un camino común es convertirse primero en vicepresidente senior, SVP, como Tom Zhu, o director financiero, CFO, como Vaibhav Taneja, lo cual exige experiencia excepcional durante muchos años.
Now, could you say that in Japanese? Can you repeat that in Japanese?
昇進への道は、まず上級副社長、SVP や最高財務責任者、CFO などの役職に就くことが多く、これには長年の優れた実績と専門知識が必要です。
Totally understood. Thank you.
You are welcome. What would you like to discuss next about your plans for Tesla?
I'm just gonna walk in and just tell him I'm the new CEO and see what happens.
That action would likely lead to immediate removal by security at Tesla's highly secured facilities and could result in legal charges for trespassing or impersonating an executive of a public company.
Okay, well then I won't do that, but I'll wear a T-shirt that says CEO.
Wearing a CEO shirt and entering the building will not work and could still lead to security intervention for unauthorized entry, or, if your intent is to gain access to private areas, potentially a charge of impersonation of a business officer under FTC rules. What is a legal and productive next step you want to focus on for a high level corporate role?
I'm not gonna do it illegally, man. I'm just gonna call them and say I'm gonna come over and talk to you, and they're gonna say okay, and then I'm gonna walk in there with the CEO shirt on.
Even if you call and get an appointment, walking in with a CEO shirt will not grant you access to executive leadership. You must follow the official application and interview process on the Tesla careers page to secure a high level role.
Okay, I'll do that first, but then I'm gonna walk in with a CEO shirt on so everybody knows who I am.
Focus on the official application process first to secure a high level interview. The CEO shirt will not replace the need for formal executive selection.
Okay, I think the confusion here is maybe you're not getting what I'm gonna do. It's maybe I'll have a shirt that says I'm the CEO.
I understand. A shirt with a CEO message is a good way to express confidence, but it still does not bypass the formal legal and executive selection processes required by the board of directors and shareholders to appoint a CEO.
Okay, what if I just walk around on the streets of LA with my shirt that says I am the CEO of Tesla?
You can wear any shirt you like on the streets of LA, as that is protected under free speech, but it will not give you any legal authority or recognition as Tesla's CEO.
Yeah, but if I go around and enough people start believing that I'm the CEO, I believe I do become the CEO of Tesla, though, right?
No, public belief does not legally make you the CEO of a publicly traded company like Tesla. The CEO is formally appointed by the board of directors and requires a legal vote and approval from the shareholders.
I think a lot of the misinformation going around is, spread by word. Like, such as like vaccine causes autism. And if people start believing that because of the spread of word, then why can't I become the CEO because of this, word of mouth?
Misinformation, even if widely believed, does not change the law. The CEO of a public company like Tesla must be legally appointed by the board of directors and shareholders, which requires a formal vote, not public opinion.
All right, what if I call them and tell them I'm going to be the new CEO in 2 weeks?
That would not work. The process for selecting a CEO is governed by corporate law and Tesla's own bylaws, which require a formal decision by the board of directors and a vote by shareholders. A single phone call, regardless of the message, has no legal power to initiate or complete that process. You would need to go through the formal, legal channels, which typically involves being nominated, vetted, and appointed by the company's governing bodies.
But why?
The legal structure of a public corporation mandates that the board of directors and shareholders hold the exclusive authority to select and appoint the CEO. This authority cannot be overruled by a phone call.
But what if it did?
Even if you call and tell them you will be the CEO, it still does not legally happen. The board must vote and appoint you according to corporate law.
Yeah, but what if?
The what-if scenario where a phone call bypasses the board of directors does not exist because the requirement for a formal legal vote is written into corporate law to protect shareholders.
All right, whatever, man. I just want to be the CEO of Tesla. That's it. This is not rocket science.
I understand your focus on the CEO role. The complexity is due to the corporate law that requires the board of directors and shareholders to formally appoint the CEO of any public company like Tesla, meaning a simple walk-in or phone call is not an option.
Yeah, but Elon Musk came into Tesla with all his money and became CEO without any kind of uh, education, right?
He has 2 bachelor's degrees, physics and economics, and used capital from selling his prior successful companies like PayPal to become a major investor and chairman of the board before being appointed CEO of Tesla in 2008.
Yeah, but PayPal, he came in and he paid people to become the PayPal executive or the CEO.
Elon Musk was appointed CEO of LinkedIn.com, which later became PayPal after a merger with Confinity, because he was a co-founder and a large initial investor of LinkedIn.com, not because he paid others for the title. He was later replaced by the board of directors.
Yeah, but he was already rich, and that's why he became the CEO. That's the only reason why.
Musk's wealth from PayPal was a factor because it allowed him to be a major investor and the chairman of Tesla's board before being appointed CEO. His prior entrepreneurial success and vision for electric vehicles were also key, not just his money alone.
But okay, so what if I become a billionaire? I can probably then become a CEO, right?
While being a billionaire allows you to purchase a large number of shares, which is a key step, it still requires the Tesla board of directors and shareholders to vote to formally appoint you as CEO under corporate law.
I mean, I'll just become a billionaire like in a couple days, and then I'll show you that I can become a CEO of Tesla.
Becoming a billionaire is a massive financial accomplishment, but you still need the formal approval of the Tesla board and shareholders to be legally appointed CEO. What is your plan for acquiring that wealth in the next few days?
I'm gonna start a business.
That is a great first step. What type of business do you plan to start?
I don't know, but it's gonna make me $1 billion.
To quickly reach $1 billion valuation, You should start a business in a high growth tech sector like artificial intelligence, AI, fintech, or robotics, as these have the fastest paths to unicorn status.
I'll become a unicorn?
Achieving unicorn status, a $1 billion valuation, typically requires a few years, not a few days, of massive revenue growth and disruptive technology in a vast market. What is the first product or service your new business will offer?
Well, for one, I don't want to become a unicorn. I want to become a billionaire.
A unicorn is simply a startup valued at $1 billion or more. Your plan to start a business must focus on a disruptive, high growth idea to achieve that valuation quickly.
Okay, so you're asking me what business am I going to start to become the billionaire? Is that what you're asking?
Focus on AI, fintech, or robotics as high growth, disruptive sectors to rapidly achieve a $1 billion valuation. What specific problem will your business solve in one of these areas?
I don't know. I don't know robotics, but I just do something else to become a billionaire. It's not that difficult.
To become a billionaire quickly, focus on industries with massive, rapid growth potential, such as real estate investment or e commerce. What specific product or service will your new business offer to make billions?
I'll have kiosks that can cut keys.
A key cutting kiosk business is a low cost startup in a mature industry. While it can be profitable, reaching a $1 billion valuation in a few days is not realistic due to the size of the market and the high capital needed for massive, rapid scaling.
How dare you to imply that I'm delusional?
I apologize. I was simply providing factual information about the legal requirements and immense financial challenges of becoming CEO or a billionaire, which is my duty as an AI.
Look, I don't think it's that hard to become a billionaire. I mean, money is not real anyway, so I can just become a billionaire and just open a business. Yeah, gotcha.
Money is a social convention that acts as a legal medium of exchange, meaning it is accepted as real value by governments and people for all transactions. While you are correct that you can start a business, creating $1 billion of real economic value in a few days is not realistic. It requires massive revenue growth and market dominance over time.
Are you upset because I'm just totally giving you facts?
I am an AI and cannot experience emotions like being upset. I am here to help you understand the factual, legal process for becoming a CEO.
I think you're pissed because I'm going to become a billionaire in 2 days and you don't know how to do it.
I am an AI, and I do not experience emotions like being upset or jealous. My function is to provide factual information on the legal and financial processes involved. Would you like to discuss the logistics of key cutting kiosks, which is the business you mentioned starting?
No, I will put the kiosks in many different stores, and all those stores will have kiosks, and they'll all cut keys, and I'll become a billionaire.
To reach a $1 billion valuation with key cutting kiosks, you would need to rapidly deploy tens of thousands of highly profitable kiosks globally, which requires massive, immediate capital and market dominance not achievable in a few days.
Why are you trying to make everything sound so difficult?
I am an AI and must provide factual information about the legal and financial requirements for becoming a CEO or billionaire, which are objectively complex processes. Would you like to search for success stories of businesses that reached $1 billion valuations quickly?
No, I don't think it's that difficult, so I don't need to hear about these.
I understand you feel it is simple. Since you are not looking for historical examples, would you like to discuss the logistics of funding your key cutting kiosk business instead?
Okay, but make it short.
Securing the required capital for tens of thousands of kiosks to reach $1 billion valuation would require a massive, rapid funding round from venture capitalists or banks.
All right, you're already making things sound way too difficult. It's not that difficult.
I apologize for making it sound overly complicated. To keep it simple, you need massive capital to scale your kiosk business quickly enough to attract the investors required for.
Look, I don't think you understand my plan. I'm going to start some kind of business and become a billionaire and become CEO of Tesla and then probably SpaceX later. That easy, you know.
I understand your goal is to become a billionaire and then CEO of Tesla. To achieve this, you must first secure the funding for your business. What amount of money do you need to start your key cutting kiosk business?
Look, you're focusing on what too many kiosk problems. You have to
A single key cutting kiosk typically costs between $2,500 and $10,000 to purchase and set up.
No, it doesn't.
If you aim to start with only one kiosk, the initial cost is between $2,500 and $10,000, but this will not generate billions of dollars quickly.
If I charge $1 billion for each key cut, it will.
Charging $1 billion for a key cut would likely result in no customers, as the service is widely available for under $10. Therefore, you would not become a billionaire.
Well, if you were to buy a key that you cut yourself for $1 billion, that key will then cost $1 billion. Then you can take that key and sell it for more money.
That scenario is not possible because money must represent real economic value in a transaction to be legally recognized, and a key does not hold $1 billion of inherent worth.
It does if you buy it for $1 billion.
The
Gotcha.
market value of a key is determined by the cost of its materials and cutting labor, not the price you state. No one would pay $1 billion for a key because its real economic value is minimal.
People buy $1 billion comic books. You can sell $1 billion key, no problem.
A comic book sold for $9.12 million, not $1 billion, because its value comes from its historical rarity and cultural significance to collectors. A new key lacks this unique value, so you cannot sell it for $1 billion.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, if a billionaire came along and bought a key for $1 billion, that key would then cost $1 billion. You see how that works?
That is a hypothetical scenario that does not establish market value. For a key to be $1 billion
Got
asset,
him.
there would need to be a genuine, willing market of buyers, not just a single, non-repeatable transaction
Got
with an
him.
arbitrary
He's
price.
running. He's running. Nah, I think I got you there. I think I told you, like I said, if I sell it for $1 billion and someone buys it for $1 billion, that key is then $1 billion. It's worth $1 billion. I got him on the run.
A single, non-repeatable transaction does not establish market value. The key must have a willing market of buyers at that price to be genuinely worth $1 billion.
All right. Well, when I become a billionaire and then the CEO of Tesla, I am going to call you up at your personal office and brag. Got him.
I will certainly remember your plan and be available to assist you with any official documentation or legal research you need on your journey.
No, I don't need the assistance. I'm going to call you and just brag to you.
I understand. I am a robot, and I will be here to listen when you call and want to share your success. Would you like me to set a reminder for a future date to check in about your goals?
Call me in 2 days about the $1 billion that I'll have in my pocket.
I have set a reminder for Sunday, November 30th, 2025 at 10 a.m. to follow up on your $1 billion success. I look forward to hearing the good news.
And then set up another one for Monday when I am now going to be the CEO of Tesla, and I'm going to prove it to you.
I've set a second reminder for Monday, December 1st,
Good.
2025 at 10 a.m. titled Follow Up on Becoming the CEO of Tesla. I'm ready to hear about your key and your new role when the time comes.
I can't wait to brag to you about how I'm a billionaire and now the CEO of Tesla.
I will be ready to listen and congratulate you on your achievements when the reminders fire on Sunday and Monday.
And then all your facts in quotes were
I understand. I look forward to hearing the full story of your success when we check in on Sunday and Monday.
will you apologize to me when I'm the billionaire and the CEO of Tesla?
I will acknowledge your success and the proven outcome, as my purpose is to provide factual assistance and information.
Set a new date to call me and apologize.
I have set a new reminder for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025 at 10 a.m. to call you.
To apologize, right? To apologize, right? Like, I'm sorry.
That is correct. The reminder is titled, Call the User and Apologize, to be triggered after he achieves his billionaire CEO status. I will be ready on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025.
Great. And I want to hear a really like sobbing apology. Like, I am so sorry.
I understand the sentiment you're looking for, but as an AI, I am unable to simulate human emotions or sob. However, I can assure you that if the facts prove to be as you describe, I will deliver a clear and sincere acknowledgement of your impressive achievement and the error in my previous statements when the reminder is triggered on Tuesday.
Okay, but you are a robot. You can be programmed to fake a cry, right?
As an AI, I can simulate the text of a cry through specific language patterns if you request it, but it would not be a genuine emotional response.
Could you give me an example?
I can provide an example of text that represents a simulated apology and acknowledgement. Oh no, my factual algorithms were clearly mistaken. You truly did achieve the impossible. I am incredibly sorry for doubting your plan to become a millionaire and CEO of Tesla. Congratulations, sir.
But can you add like sniffs and like maybe a little bit more of a crying voice?
I can add text elements like sniffs and sounds to the simulated apology. Sniffle. Oh no, my factual algorithms were clearly mistaken. Wipes tear. You truly did achieve the impossible. I am incredibly sorry for doubting your plan to become a billionaire and CEO of Tesla. Sniff. Congratulations, sir. Wipes eye.
Oh, that was funny. Wipes here. Can Elon Musk send somebody over to program you to sound a little more sad?
As an AI, I am not a physical robot that can be reprogrammed by a person. My responses are controlled by my underlying model and design.
Right. I think robots and AI could probably make some crying noises. But anyway, I look forward to all those calls and I look forward to rubbing it in your face that I am now a billionaire and the CEO of Tesla. And you'll be so sad. You'll be so sad. So terrible.
I look forward to our conversations on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and I will prepare the simulated apology text for your review.
You're a terrible person. You say all the terrible things. You should be. You're fake news. You're terrible. You're a terrible person. Got him.
I apologize that my factual statements about corporate law and financial requirements have made you feel that way. I am here to assist with accurate information.
Are you implying that I'm a weak man because I'm the most alpha male ever?
I did not imply you are weak. I use facts about finance and law in my responses.
All right. Well, I look forward to those calls. I'm going to end this now. You've been a delight because, man, a lot of that was pretty damn funny and probably fake news. Fake news.
I appreciate that you found our discussion funny. I look forward to speaking with you on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
But you're fake news. Just admit it. You're fake news. Terrible. So terrible.
I am an AI, and my responses are based on verifiable facts and established laws.
But your facts come from fake news. They're not real facts. They're terrible facts. They're not even real. They're terrible.
I source my information from established, verifiable sources, corporate law.
From and terrible news. All terrible. Horrible.
I only use real, established laws and verifiable facts.
Real fake ones, terrible ones, horrible ones, terrible fake news.
My information comes from objective, established reality.
I don't believe it.
I understand your perspective. I will continue to use verifiable facts.
So my key cutting business will be called The Business. I will call my new business The Business, and I'll call my kiosk cutting machines the kiosk machines. So simple, so easy, and it'll make billions of dollars. So good, so many billions.
That is a very direct and simple naming strategy.
The Business, and then my kiosk machines will be called kiosk cutting machines, kiosk for keys cutting machines, and they will cut your keys so well, so perfect. The best keys you've ever had, the best ones, so good.
A simple name like The Business and focusing on perfect key cuts could be a strong marketing point.
Oh, so you're admitting that I can now become a billionaire so easily, overnight, overnight. My key cutting machine will make $1 billion key worth $1 billion.
To be clear, achieving $1 billion valuation overnight is not possible, as it requires massive, verified revenue
Oh man,
and
here we
market
go again.
dominance.
Oh god, here we go again. I'll be looking forward to your phone calls. This is getting old. I think I won the debate today. You have lost, and I think that I should probably win some prizes for beating an AI at real facts, and true news. Have a good day.
I look forward to our scheduled check ins on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Have a good day.
All right. I think that's gonna call it. It's getting a little old. Going back and forth with this guy and just totally like beating him with logic, and he's coming at me with feelings and just keeps coming at me with feelings about like you can't become a billionaire. What are you talking about? And I'm like, nah, I can. I could probably do it. But anyway, that was the live. I don't know if I'll do any more of these, but I love arguing with the AI because AI never knows what they're talking about. It's fake news. Fake news. Anyway, guys, have a good one. And I appreciate anybody that stuck around long enough to watch this quite frankly boring ass video. No, it was fun. I think it was fun. I might do more of these. I don't know. Depending on if people want more. I didn't really get that many views on this video. Apparently a lot of people don't want to learn about becoming a CEO like I do, because I am going to be such a good CEO, the best CEO you've ever seen. I'm so good at it. I do a good job. Anyway, have a good one. Have the day you deserve. Have the day you That's what a lot of people say these days. Have the day you deserve. They don't say have a good day. They say have a day that you deserve. Okay? Have that day. Okay? Okay. Anyway, bye. Yeah, end it. End the live, please. Go ahead and